Well, past.
Yeah, okay. It's getting in.
Bang it harder. Just don't break it.
Good evening, everyone.
Quiet.
I don't have a big of a loud voice.
Yes, you do.
I'm nervous. All right, this is a special town meeting on March 10th, 2026. I will say a few words here. In the name of the state of Maine, you are hereby required to notify and warn the voters of the town of South Thomaston and the county of Knox and the state of Maine qualified to vote by law and town affairs to meet at the municipal building in South Thomaston on Tuesday, the 10th, by brain or thing. Tuesday, the 10th day of March, 2026, AD at 6 o'clock in the evening. Then and there to act upon the following articles to wit. All right,
Microphone.
I'll try to speak louder.
Okay, you can't hear a word played.
All right. We're gonna start with Article 1 to choose a moderator to preside at said meeting. I will now open the floor to nominations.
I nominate Jan Gowdy. Sorry.
A nomination has been made for Dan Gaudio. Is there a second? There was a second. Are there any other nominations?
I nominate Rich Norman.
Okay,
You repeat that.
there's been a nomination for Rich Norman. Is there a second?
Second.
What do I do now? Those wishing to cast a ballot may do so now.
So you just want to write the name of the person? on the
Yes.
ballot? Okay. Paper,
The blank orange one will do. Yep.
You guys spell the name on the cylinder?
That orange?
Dan.
Not really. The board.
Your address.
That never happened.
I know, I got confused.
Yeah.
I'm not there.
No, just so you know, you can't carry it, so I'll figure it out. Is he everybody? Oh, yeah, do it, you gotta go.
Oh, yeah.
Can I respectfully decline my nomination for moderator?
Well, so there's now only one nominee.
Okay.
Make it up. Wow.
Rich Norman has declined being a nominee for moderator, so it's.
What was that?
Rich Norman has declined being a moderator for the town meeting.
Oh, that is for you.
Oh, no, this is for just the moderator. So,
Oh, in that case,
never mind.
never mind.
Okay, let's start over.
Oh, what color do you want now?
No, we don't need you.
No, we don't need the blank. The blank was just if somebody wanted to do it. Okay, we'll start over.
Okay.
There was a nomination for Jan Gaudio. Is there a second?
Yes.
Okay. Here are no more nominations. This will cease. So, Dan Gotti has been elected moderator for.
Yeah, not yet.
Right, okay.
With the ballot box.
We still need to do that, okay.
We only have to have 3 people voting. And traditionally, that's how we have elected the.
We need one more vote.
Alright. If anybody else wants to vote, they can, but that's all that's required.
Go, Seth. Okay.
Yeah.
And one number one.
All right. There are 3 ballots cast and 3 votes for Dan Gaudio.
Oh, man, I can't believe it.
Dan Gaudio has been elected moderator for said town meeting. Dan, will you raise your right hand? I, Dan Gaudio, do swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States and of this state, so long as I continue a citizen thereof.
I, Dan Gaudio, solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of this state. Constitution of the United States and this state.
Okay. I, Dan Gaudio, do swear that I will faithfully discharge to the best of my abilities the duties incumbent upon me as moderator of this meeting according to the Constitution and the laws of the state.
I do.
Okay. I will now hand this over to you. You know.
Thank you, I appreciate the landslide election. And do yell if you can't hear me, but I'll try and be loud enough, so raise your hand. All right, well, welcome to the town meeting, the special town meeting. We have a few articles to work on this morning, for this afternoon, so before I move ahead, let me just remind you of some of the rules. If there's no objection, I intend to use the main moderator's manual as the guide for the meeting. That's the typical manual we use every time, but for the formality, I want to give you an opportunity to object. And perhaps come up with some other magic rules. Okay, I hear no objection. A reminder that communications from the floor should come to the moderator. Please address me with your questions. And don't talk to each other directly. I will acknowledge you, raise your hand or stand when you want to be recognized. I will acknowledge you and give you an opportunity to speak. Everyone will have a chance to speak, unless you vote to limit discussion. I think that's it. You've done this enough. I think you guys know all the rules. So let's move ahead. Hopefully you all have the paper in front of you, so I didn't intend to read all the details unless there's someone that would like me to, and then of course I will. But Article 2 is the article to increase the size of the select board from 3 to 5 members. And listed under there are 4 points for the reasoning behind this. And some of the discussion about, if it passes, what effect it would have on the annual town meeting. If you haven't had a chance to read that, I'll pause and give you a chance. And then I'll accept a motion.
So moved.
Yeah, the article has been moved.
Second.
Thank you. And a second. Article 2, which is to expand it's actually the select board, the assessors and the overseers from 3 to 5 members. Put in the right terms. And if this change takes effect, it would be as of the annual town meeting in June of 2026. At which time, 1 additional board member would be elected for a 3-year term, and 1 additional member would be elected for a 2-year term. With all elections thereafter being 3-year terms. Any discussion on the motion and the second? Okay, I'm sorry.
I have a question. I have not seen myself, and I haven't researched it exhaustively. A definitive answer. I think I know the answer, but when we go and vote in June, there'll be, for lack of, let's keep it simple, there'll be 2 3-year terms. One is the existing term, one is the new term. my understanding is that when you take out papers, you have to designate whether I'm taking A, the existing term, or B, the new term. So, so you're actually voting, for lack of a better word, in two silos. So theoretically, you could have two people run for the A position and each get more votes than a single person who runs for the B position. So we're not having one open vote where the two highest vote getters necessarily get the position. And I just wanna, that's my understanding. I think that's Terry's understanding. I believe that's Jeff's understanding. But I just feel we should think about that or address that now if there's any question. Because I know a lot of places, the two highest vote getters, you have one election and the two highest vote getters get the position. But that's not how this works, as I understand that.
Yeah, and I did check with MMA legal, and they agree with that interpretation in the state of Maine. It's 3 separate offices. And you have to determine when you take out the papers, which office you're running for. So it's gonna be the 3-year old, the 3-year new, and the 2-year. They'll probably be designated on the ballot as seat A, B, and C, or maybe 1, 2, and 3, but somehow there'll be a distinguishment. And when you go to the ballots and vote, you will be voting for each one of those positions. And then the highest one in each one of those positions is the one.
Jeff, question or Jan, if someone writes in a write-in candidate, do they have to designate the ABC or whatever your designation is for write-in?
Yes,
Ballot, yeah.
yes, and what'll be on there is anybody who has taken out papers and turned them in, then their name will be printed under A with a blank space. Then under B, whoever ran for that with a blank space, and then under C, whoever turned in papers for that and a blank space. So you could write in somebody for each one of them or none.
Everyone hear that okay in the back? Sure.
Can someone take out papers for more than one of those seats?
You can only turn in papers for one. You can take out papers for all of them. And you have to be specific about which seat you're running in when you take the papers out. So if you can't take one out and then come in and say, I'm going for C. When you take it out, you have to say, I'm going for B. But you can take out for B and for C, so you can take out 2 sets of paper.
Right.
Yeah, I did take out papers and I returned them yesterday, all right, and papers that
He's got
people
to
signed was that it was a 3-year term that I took it out for, so I don't know where I sit, but A, B, or C.
Since the other 2 positions do not exist yet,
Right.
you have turned papers in for the existing seat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any further discussion on the article? Yes, sir.
The question now, if I figured out. How many seats will be empty each year? How many seats will be on the?
So next year, when we go in, 1 seat will be available. The following year, 2 seats will be available, and the following year, 2 seats will be available. So it'll always be 1, 2, 2.
Okay, it won't be the same every year.
No, each seat is staggered, so once you get past the 3-year and 2-year this year, everybody's 3 years.
Yeah.
But the first time, it's somebody who does it for 2.
Any other discussion on Article 2? Yes, sir.
What'll happen if you go to 5 members
who has an annual town meeting, and you, say for example, you have 2 seats open. And you only have people with 1 seat. What's gonna happen then? Is that under the same situation that you maybe are in now?
Well, you could try to talk someone to being a write-in candidate. If, you know, you know you only have one person who turned in nomination papers. And if not, you'd have a vacancy, and there's a whole set of rules on how you deal with vacancies. But obviously you can't force someone to do it, so we'd operate with 4 people. I don't know if you heard me or not, I'm sorry. We've operated with 2 before.
No, having said that, why are we down to 5 people?
That's a good question.
And how come all of a sudden we're doing that? We have to do that.
We don't have to.
There's no requirement that I'm aware of. It's a motion. If the motion carries, we do it. If it doesn't carry, obviously, it will not.
I didn't hear what you said.
Speak
Didn't
to
hear what
that.
you said.
I'm sorry.
I didn't hear what you said.
You don't have to do this. You know, if you said, why do we have to do this? You know, this is an article that you've moved so far. We've seconded, we're in discussion. If the article doesn't pass, then obviously you would not go from 3 to 5.
I understand that.
Okay.
I'm just trying to do thought behind this.
Yes, ma'am.
Thought behind it.
Yeah, speak up, stand
If you
up.
understand.
The materials included in the package included description and explanation of all the warrant articles. And in the description and explanation of warrant article 2, reasons are given why this was proposed.
And I apologize, I said initially I had those in front of you, you don't, I realized Hannah gave me the actual warrant, I had the descriptions as well. So, I think it was published earlier, the emails I know went out. That had the actual reasons for it, and I recommended yes, ma'am.
See, if we don't have that information here in front of us, can somebody up there tell us why this was proposed?
I would be glad to read the.
Can I clarify? That the select board did not recommend this. This was, or propose this. This was a public initiative that came from the public, that they requested this. So, and we agreed to bring it to the town meeting. To a town meeting.
Let me read the descriptions. Reasons for change. Every member of a 3-member select board has a heavy load. It gets heavier if even one member resigns or is incapacitated. Losing 2 puts in doubt the remaining members' legal authority to govern. It happened last year in Freedom, and it could happen here. Reason 2, a 3-member select board is also under the constraint that none of them may ever discuss any matter of town business with each other outside of the official meeting, as any 2 constitutes a quorum. That makes the job even harder. 3, these problems are doubtless one reason it's been hard to recruit select board candidates. 4, a 5-member select board would have greater capacity to handle the workload, lightening each member's individual member load. It would have greater flexibility to conduct work outside of official meetings. The expansion would allow for increased representation of diverse viewpoints and a broader base of expertise. And the loss of 1 or even 2 members would not have such dire consequences. The change if passed will take effect on the first part of the annual town meeting on June 9, 2026. On that date, registered South Thomaston voters would elect 3 members, as we've discussed, to replace the current board member whose term is ending, plus 2 new members. who will be elected on a 3-year term ending in June of 2029, and one for a 2-year term ending in June 2028, to maintain a staggering distribution of terms of service. This first part of the town meeting would take place. Does that help a little bit? That's what's in the description.
Yeah.
Temperatures vote on this, makes for things. Why don't we do it?
All for the vote.
We're going to the.
I've got one more question.
Before I make my comment about the motion, this is a big crowd and, I want to, welcome John back and thank him for his incredible service over so many years to this town. One additional element of the rationale is that in my experience in the town, very few select board members have held full-time jobs. And with 5 members and a reduction of the workload, it opens up the opportunity for younger working people to actually contribute and be members of the select board, and we need to get younger.
That's.
Any further discussion? Okay, let's use these as your ballot. Raise your hand if you are in favor of Article 2, which would expand the select board from 3 to 5. I don't think I need to count those. That's okay, raise your hand if you oppose. All right, the motion carried. Article 2. Article 3. To see if the town will vote to authorize the select board to amend the conditions and restrictions imposed by Article 7 of the town meeting warrant of June 11th and 18th, 2024. On land conveyed to the town by Ralph E. Klein III on August 29th, 2023. And it goes into it, I won't read the town map numbers and so on. By modifying paragraph 4 of said Article 7 to read as follows. And again, I think you have the bold lettering, which is the additions and strike throughs. But it would read, limited forest management activities for the purpose of maintaining the health of the forest, including restoring and or introducing native species and preventing the introduction of and or eradicating invasive species or infestations as permissible. You have a motion on Article 3.
So moved.
Okay, and a second? Okay, Article 3 is moved and seconded. Discussion on Article 3. Okay, seeing none, use that same piece of paper if you would. Raise your hand high, all in favor of Article 3. All opposed. Article 3 carried. Thank you. Article 4. To see if the town will vote to authorize the select board in the deed creating a right-of-way easement across town land from Spruce Head Road to the Forest Preserve, authorized by Article 17 of the town meeting warrant of June 10th and 17, 2025, notwithstanding the declaration of such Article 17, that the easement does not create, nor is intended to create, a public easement or public way as defined by state statute. To provide such limited right of public access as may be a condition of the grant from Land for Maine's Future, that's LMF, provisionally approved May 16th, 2024. Okay, I have a motion the article
Second.
and a second discussion on Article 4. Yes, sir.
I just like, if either strongly opposed to this, what their reasons would be.
If anyone is opposed to it, you're asking what the reasons would be.
That's right.
Anyone opposed to it? I'll just look at the next question. Yes, ma'am.
Can you, like, what does this really mean? So we're gonna create a footpath in there? I don't understand. I don't understand.
I'll let one of the selectmen speak to it. I think it was really a requirement.
It means we wanna make it clear we're not creating a another Waterman Beach Road or public vehicle use, and we could shut it, select board could shut it down certain hours, certain seasons. It won't be, it's hard, right, it's hard to say that because the definitions are weird in the statute. But basically, it won't be a traditional road.
So we won't be driving the property.
Right.
We have to walk the property.
Yeah, and emergency vehicles could use it and, you know, blah, blah, blah.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions or discussion for Article 4? Seeing none, that same piece of paper again, raise your hand high. You're in favor of Article 4. In opposition to Article 4. That answers your question, there is no opposition. That completes the business of the town meeting, special town meeting. Town meeting is adjourned. Thank you. Thank you.
Rich, 1 minute longer here.
The 3 is.
No, I know.
So hey, guys, I'm gonna go and I'm trying to get in.
Okay.
Hey, John, I'm traveling Friday.
Can we go? Thursday, that's it.
So I'll be gone. I'll be home. Yeah. All right. Hope to go.
Yes.
What's that?
He told me flat out, so last year.
15 months ago.